You guys, look what just happened. My only ever Ofra eyeshadow just fell right on the floor. So I was in the middle of trying to swatch a few highlighters because I just used the one up that I was using, and I was thinking that was a highlighter. It's an eyeshadow. It swatched beautifully. I'm not sure how well you can even see it on my wrist there. Not the greatest at showing swatches. But I was watching that one, and I've got a Morphe one I was going to look at, and I've also got one from Nomad I was going to check out and see which one I wanted to wear, and then disaster struck. So I'm wondering if I get a spatula from the kitchen, if I can scoop it all up and keep it intact and stick it back in the pan, and then I can repress it. Well, that actually worked. I'm pleasantly surprised. So now I can just repress it back in the pan and just sweep up the crumbs that are left behind on the floor, and I'll eventually get to use it. So that's nice. So good morning, you guys, or should I say good afternoon, seeing as it's like 12 o'clock now, 11:44. Yeah, so maybe I should introduce this video, tell you what's going on, what are we doing here. This is the very first installment of Vlogmas. Today is December 1st. You guys will be a little bit behind on me when it comes to the vlogs. They're not going to be, obviously, day of. I should have started a little sooner. I don't want to make any promises of posting a video every single day. My camera is loose. Fix that. Yeah, so I'm not making any promises that there will be a daily video, but I'm going to try to upload more vlogs throughout the month of December leading up to Christmas, especially if we're just doing anything interesting. A lot of times we spend the day at home not doing much at all, which is kind of what today is looking like it's going to be. I originally had intentions of donating some formal gowns that I have left over from some weddings. I was going to donate them to the local high school. They have what's called a Cinderella's Closet, where you can I can't talk. You can donate formal gowns, and then they will give them to girls for formal events, you know, prom, winter formal, you know, girls who can't afford to get a formal gown. And I have 3 black dresses that were bought for my wedding to be used as bridesmaids dresses. And then I had also bought my cousin a maid of honor gown, which we never ended up having the wedding. We ended up going to the courthouse, and we've been married. It's going on, no, not 6 years. We'll be married 5 years. We've been together 6 years as of November. We will have been married 5 years as of March. Time goes quickly, but these dresses have just been following me around and hanging in my closet because for a while I thought, oh, you know, like, maybe we'll have a wedding on our 5-year wedding anniversary. If that's the case, I have, what, 4 months to plan a wedding? Not happening. And half the people I was going to have as bridesmaids, I don't even talk to anymore. So, like, you know, those dresses would not even be useful. And my cousin, who's going to be my maid of honor, just had a brand new baby. This is her 2nd kid since then. And she lives, where is she at? Out west somewhere. Colorado? I'm in Indiana. She lives in Colorado. I highly doubt she's going to get back to her pre-baby size and come to Indiana for a wedding in 4 months. Plus I need a dress, and I'm pregnant, and I'm due in May. So yeah, wedding never happened. I'm not sure it ever will. It's just not important to me anymore. We're happily married. Things are great. No need to spend the money. I need to get rid of these dresses. And then I've also got the dress left over that I wore as a maid of honor in my best friend's wedding over the summer. I tried selling it. Nobody seemed interested. It hasn't been posted more than a couple of days, but honestly, I just want to get it out of my closet. Well, the closet, not my closet, but the closet in the back bedroom, because we're starting work on the nursery. That back bedroom used to be like our storage slash office space. It's with all the wood paneling you guys have seen in other videos. So we're working on getting that place cleared out. We've already moved the computers out of there. We're gonna work on rearranging Levi's room tonight and pulling the crib out of his room, putting it into the office, pulling the futon out of the office, putting it in the dining room, which is kind of an odd place to put a futon, but currently Levi has a train table in the dining room, and that's gonna go in his bedroom once his crib comes out. There's a lot going on. So we'll vlog that, show you guys what's happening. Again, odd place to put a futon in the dining room, but I'm gonna have a giant open blank wall that I don't know what to put there, / I'm also gonna have a futon that I don't know what to do with, that I listed for free. It was up for maybe 10 minutes, nobody commented on it, and then I had the epiphany of I'll just put it in the dining room. I don't know that I'll use it. It might sit there a week and I decide that we're gonna get rid of it, but we'll see. We're just gonna put it there and we'll see what happens. It ain't hurting anything. I can always give it away later if I decide I don't like it there. Or if I find something else to put there. We are messy people. Like, see, look, all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Messy people. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of looking like we're just going to have a day here at home, since now we don't need to run out to the high school to donate those dresses. Because, did I mention? I don't think I told you what happened. I called the high school. A student assistant answered. Sorry. Excuse me. Pregnant. Second trimester. Yesterday and the day before, I didn't feel pregnant at all. It's one of those weird days where I'm like, am I even pregnant? You know, like it makes you question, because I'm not really showing yet. Well, at least not when I'm wearing stretchy pants. Jeans are getting a little tight. I've got like one pair that still fit me. But if I'm wearing like just regular clothes, like I'm not looking like I'm showing. Anyways, so I also need to do a full update on my pregnancy. Haven't done that in a while. Like 16 weeks. I think the last time I did a video was like week 6. So that's like, what, 8 weeks ago? Something like that. Anyways, so I called the high school to see how to go about donating the dresses. A student assistant answered, put me on hold, and then I randomly got transferred to an automated message that said, put in the number of your extension, and if you don't have an extension, wait for an operator to answer. Operator never answered, and it said, leave a message. So that's what I did. So we'll see what happens. I feel like I'm not going to get a call back. If that's the case, I might call my old high school and see if they will take them. I don't know if they do a Cinderella's Closet, because that school is much smaller than the high school here in town. Because I went to like a little country high school. I was like number 51 out of like 89 kids. So small school. Yeah, so that's just kind of what's going on. So let's go ahead and get the dog up. I know it's like we woke up late, but the dog is still sitting in her crate and it's almost noon. I mean, we didn't get up to like 10ish. There's no excuse for it. She's been quiet and I didn't get her up. Son's room, and I'm just going to quickly show you guys like what I'm talking about as far as the furniture and kind of moving things around, and then we'll go into the dining room and also into the new nursery, and I'll show you the setup in the kitchen. So let me turn you around. So here's the crib. This is going to get moved out, and then his bed, I want to take this and put it along this wall because he keeps getting up here in the morning and getting into the window, and as you can see, he broke his curtain rod this morning, and I'm really just nervous he's gonna roughhouse and fall out the window, so we're just gonna take this away and put it along this wall. I think we're gonna do this tonight. And so his train table will probably go maybe over here. I don't want to put it against the window because I can see him climbing up on the train table and then getting into the window and having the same problem, so hopefully train table will fit over here. He will do the same thing with the toy box if the lid is shut. But it's kind of a heavy lid, so we just leave it up so we don't have a problem there. As long as it's open, it's fine. And then I don't know what we're going to do about the slide because he doesn't really use it much. He used it a lot more when he was littler, so I don't know if we want to pull that out of here and put it in the nursery or keep it in here for him this winter to play on. We'll see. I'm undecided. But that's kind of the goal in here. Move things around a little bit. Pull this out. The changing table needs to come out. I think we're going to leave it in here for right now because he's still using a diaper. Just, it's not dirty, okay? Like, there's rips and tears. These pads don't hold up as well as you think that they might. They do make covers for him, but when he was a newborn, we got rid of our covers because, like, he would pee or poop in the middle of a changing, and we were constantly washing it, so we were like, what, just get rid of it, and we had, like, a bleach cleaner, and we would just clean it down whenever he messed on it. It wasn't worth it to us to keep the covers. Now that he's older and he's not messing on it, I kind of wish we would have kept the covers for now that he's older. They're not great when they're newborns, but they would make sense as they get older. Not really sure how the rips happened, but they have. And we've had it for almost 2 years. So I guess we've gotten our money's worth. It was like 20 bucks. So that's like, what, $10 a year? Okay, maybe not quite getting our money's worth. Would have been nice to get 2 kids out of it, but anyways, I'm just cheap. So we have a dresser in the dining room. I think we're going to put it into the nursery for now. And then when we get closer to having the new baby, we'll switch the dresser into here and put a changing table pad on top of it. Because the hope is that he will potty train fairly quickly. I don't know that I'm going to mess with potty training again until after the new baby comes and he's like, 3. I don't know. Like, I tried it a little bit, but, like, it was earlier on in my pregnancy. I had a lot of exhaustion, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I was just, a lot of times my main goal for the day, like, I don't have a lot of complaints with this pregnancy. It's been insanely easy pregnancy for the most part, but I had a lot of exhaustion in the first trimester, and so I just didn't feel like messing with it. Like I said, I tried it for like a day. We finally got him sitting on the toilet without crying like he was gonna die, but then the next day, like, I just didn't have the energy to keep up with him. Like, I was just sitting on the couch trying to stay awake, make sure he didn't stick something in his mouth he shouldn't. Like, my whole goal that day was to make sure he had clean pants, was fed, and didn't die. Like, that was, and I had a lot of days like that during my first trimester. I was like, I don't have the energy to keep up with you and do all the stuff required for potty training. So I thought about trying it now, but, like, I still have days where I'm really tired, sometimes I get a little nauseous. Is that lazy of me? Maybe. I just don't feel like messing with it, to be quite frank. I don't feel like messing with potty training. So I'm kind of thinking once the newborn's here, he's a little older, he's 3, maybe then we'll do it. Maybe he'll understand more. Because right now, like, I mean, he understands quite a bit, but there's also a lot, like, he doesn't understand. And so, like, he didn't get why we wanted him to sit on this toilet. He'd freak out and cry. He didn't like having his diaper taken off. He just didn't like it. So, maybe he'll be a little more ready. Maybe I'll be a little more ready. We'll see. Anyways, the thought process with the dressers is that the newborn is going to need the changing table for a couple of years, and he will hopefully not be needing a changing pad for too much longer, after the new baby comes. So I think we're going to keep the changing table in here until we get closer to having a new baby, switch it out, put his changing pad on top of the dresser, and, hopefully he won't need it for more than a couple of months, and that's just kind of like our plan. So moving on into the living room, we're going to have to pull this rocking chair out. It'll go into the nursery. So I'm thinking about putting a Christmas tree here because it'll be in front of the window. It'll look nice. So that needs to come out. Hi, Tater Tot. You watching Mickey? I'm coming on into here. It's like full of Christmas stuff. We put our Christmas lights out yesterday. So we need to go back to the basement. Anyways, we have the train table. This will go into his bedroom somewhere. We've got our computer set up here in the kitchen, printers at the top, turned out well. We still have the dresser in here because the dresser used to be where the computers are, and we used it as like extra counter space. You're loud, baby. We'd use it as like extra counter space, but obviously that's not gonna work in here anymore. So that's gonna come into the nursery for the moment. And then I've got this guy that I don't know what to do with. I love it. No place to put it. What are you doing? I know you didn't fall. I would have heard it. You're such a drama king. What are you doing, Tater Tot? You're a goober. So coming on in to here. He's going to try to come in here. There's too much stuff. So coming into here, we have the old computer table, which is a much bigger table than what's now in the kitchen. So all this crap needs to get cleared off, and we need to put this out to the garage. I've got a filing cabinet back there. I gotta figure out what to do with that. I'm not sure that it'll fit because it's on wheels right now. So I'm hoping if I take it off the wheels, it'll slide underneath of the table in the kitchen. But I'm not sure that's gonna work. So I have to figure out something with that. And we have the futon here that is gonna move into the dining room where the train table is at. And then if you guys were kind of curious about the dresses, I've got 3 of these black ones. I've got 3 of these black ones. They're very pretty, kind of slanky material, very long. They look like they'd be a deeper v-neck than they are, but once they're on, they are actually pretty modest for the most part. And then white straps are definitely appropriate for a school dance, like maybe a winter formal. I don't know if it's quite like prom dress material, but it would definitely be nice for a winter formal. And then we have this one here that was from the wedding I was in. So long dress, high neck. Definitely also appropriate for winter formal. It's kind of like a sheer lace overlay here, but it goes all the way up to the neck. So, I mean, this would have been appropriate at my school. So I'm assuming it would still be appropriate 10 years later. One would hope. And then this guy, I guess, would be the questionable one because it's strapless, but I wore strapless dresses, so I'm assuming you can still do a strapless dress. You've got this one, which is also very pretty. And technically, I mean, they're bridesmaids dresses, but they're very pretty. And I think, like, if the young lady wanted to get, like, you know, like a sparkly belt to go with it, like a sparkly sash, or, like, you know, you could add a little something to it to make it a little more, you know, prom appropriate versus wedding appropriate. But they're still very pretty dresses. And I mean, like, if you can't afford a dress and someone gave you that, personally, I would be happy with it. I mean, I thought they were very pretty. I liked them. So that's just kind of like the plans. But it is noon, so little man is probably getting hungry because he only had a banana for breakfast. Keep in mind, we woke up at 10, so I didn't give him a ton of food. So I think I'm gonna throw a pizza in the oven. So I guess I'll get back with you in a little bit. So I just finished roughly chopping some carrots, some broccoli, and some cauliflower. It's been sitting in the fridge for a little bit. The cauliflower is starting to get a little brown on it, so definitely need to get used up. So we're going to boil this, and then this evening I'm either going to make a casserole with like chicken and rice. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, and some cheese. I thought about some soup, but the casserole will be a little more hearty and definitely work as a dinner. So that's probably what's going to happen with this, but we're going to get this cooking and just let it go all day. So Levi is stuck in his bedroom today. He's hanging out by the gate with Dave, which is his favorite, and his iPad because he's sad. But we were working on cleaning out the back bedroom and we just have stuff everywhere. Mike is pulling up tack strips in the back, which could obviously don't want Levi getting into. We had him here for a little bit with his iPad and Legos, but he got tired of that. Was less sad there, but then he got tired, which you can't blame him. Just sitting for that long when you're little gets hard. Futon's out. Kind of big for the space, but it's there for now. Not much going on in the kitchen just yet. More stuff. We threw out like 2 trash bags of stuff so far. And in here, Mike is working on the tack strips that got left. And we also cleaned out the closet so it shuts now, so that's exciting. But I need to get back to helping pull stuff out so he can continue with the tack strips. So just doing a little check-in, which I don't think I ever even said anything about today. Today's December 1st officially. And we've been working on the nursery all day long. Finally got it cleaned out. My husband is working on the rest of the tack strips, and then we can start putting furniture in. Dining room is still a disaster, but we were having dinner now. My kiddo was having leftover pizza. We picked up some Fazoli's breadsticks, only like $6 for 12 breadsticks, not bad. And then we're gonna have that broccoli cheddar soup I made yesterday for dinner. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for this video and give you a little bit of a look-see of where we're at currently on the moving. My hair looks crazy, but like on moving everything around. Okay, so the kitchen's not perfectly clean. Also, we just finished up at the Dollar Tree, and they had a lot of stuff in here that'll work really well for my son's stocking stuffer. Like, I'm gonna do a whole haul, so keep an eye out for it. But he's 2, he doesn't need anything too complicated. They have some nice little candies in here, like sweet tarts kind of things. I feel like if you get this at Target, it'd probably be like $1.50 to $2. I'm not sure how well these are taste, but they're cute, and he's 2, so he's not really gonna care. Really big Russell Stover Santa Clauses, which I think are normally closer to like the $2 mark, aren't they? I don't know. But I was really excited. We found some really good stuff for him for his stocking. But got the dresser out of here, working on doing some dishes over there, but my husband is getting a bath, so no hot water for me right now. Floors need to be swept. There are toys that ended up in here that need to get put away. Anyways, kitchen is more or less put back together, and then we have an overview here of our like little at-home workstation now. Got the computer set up, got the trash can down here that is for the paper shredder. There was an extender on the paper shredder that made it fit here. We found it, didn't know what it was, tossed it out, and then went to set up the paper shredder, and I'm like, mother trucker, it's in one of 3 trash bags in my trash can. So that's gone forever. We'll just have to figure something out, 'cause I'm not digging it out. Not worth it to me. And then this, which I hang my son's like little artsy things on, we're gonna hang right here. It'll work out really nicely. We just need to get around to doing that. So that's how the kitchen's looking. Dining room, still a bit of a mess. Futon came out and went right here. I'm thinking I might film here. This might work nicely. It's a little big for the space. Kind of juts out in front of the door, but for right now it works. We'll leave it here. Still a mess in here. This is like all this mostly is Christmas with a few other things sprinkled in that we need to figure out what to do with. But like here is stuff out of that back bedroom. That's mostly old electronics that like, what are we doing with all this stuff? I have no idea. And it's just kind of like overflowed onto the dining room hutch. And this is some baby stuff, some decorations, some stuff for my cousin's baby shower that I was gonna sell. Never got around to it, so kind of a mess. Like I said, plenty of stuff that we just need to figure out a home for, because now we don't have the storage back here that we used to have. But let's have a look at the nursery. So nursery is not finished yet. I will definitely do a full nursery tour once it's done. But this painting's been back here forever. I had it in my bedroom as a kid, and I think it's gorgeous. I love it. Hung above the crib here. Crib's on this wall that way is not by any windows. Here's the closet, which is now open and able to get to a baby bath. I need a mop in here. Like, we're not done, okay? I need a mop. Floors are gross. So this will slide up underneath of the crib once the floors get mopped. That's like my old high school shirts. Like, I have no idea what to do with these. Like, seriously, you guys, I wanted to make a blanket. Now I'm kind of just over it, and I'm like, what do I do with all of these old high school shirts? I don't know. So, need to figure out what to do with that tub. This one needs to go to the basement. It's full of like old family photos from my grandma, computer monitors. My husband needs to figure out what to do with. Slide. There's just like some random whatnots that like we need to figure out what to do with. We're gonna get rid of the filing cabinet. We don't use it anyways. But I think that this dresser here, for the time being, once we get, because my husband still has some tack strips back here that needs to come up. So I think the dresser is gonna go here. We'll have that hung right above it, and put the rocking chair over here, and that'll be kind of it for the nursery for the time being. I'd like to get a rug. We'll see how it pans out. Again, I'll do like an entire nursery tour once it's finished. And then coming into my son's room, we reorganized in here. Floor needs vacuum, please ignore it. But his bed used to be up against that wall, but he'd get up in the window in the morning and after nap time. And I'm afraid he's gonna like get up there with the wrong toy, break the window, something bad's gonna happen, he's gonna fall out. So wanted to pull the bed away. I'm a little nervous about it kind of being in the middle of the room here because he don't roll out of it when it's against the wall, but now he's got two, technically three open sides, so I'm a little nervous. We're gonna see how this works. Playing it by ear. Got his little Christmas tree going. He really likes that thing. Again, something I had as a teenager. And then this used to be above his crib, if we can focus. So we're just gonna move it over here so it's above his bed, assuming this works out. We may have to get some like bed rails or something. Hopefully this just works. I don't know. He's really excited about everything being moved around. And then his train table's in here, and we're able to pull it out from the wall a little bit so like he can go all the way around. And when this was in the dining room, we had to have it up against the wall. So if a toy got like over here, he had to like crawl across it to get his toy. So now he has access all the way around. Pile of cars that should be in there that he promptly dug out and threw in the middle of his bed. So we still have all of this that needs to be sorted through. I really need to go through it and donate a bunch of stuff for Goodwill. We've got Christmas coming. He does not need half the stuff that he has. But yeah, like all his books are back there. Need to figure all this stuff out. So that's just kind of what things are looking like. They're coming together. It's nice to start to have a little bit of normalcy to my house. My kitchen's pretty much back together. My living room, for the most part, I'd say it's pretty well back together. Got some toys in here we need to get sorted. And yeah, other than some toys I need to get sorted out for Goodwill or trash if they're broken, the living room is pretty well back together. So pretty happy with how things are turning out. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you keep an eye out because I'm going to be trying to post a lot more this month if I can get my editing in gear. Filming's not been a problem. I've had a burnout on editing. So he's throwing a fit. One's back in his room. Noisy child. But I will see you guys in my next video.